Welcome to my page.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the topic cell structure and the function. Okay, and the content I have taken from the NCERT class 8. Let's start. Basic level say about this topic is like we will discuss what is cell, to what thing we are calling the cell, and what should be the function or the structure of the cell, and types of the cell we are going to look, and also we will understand what are the shapes of the cell and how it looks, the internal structure, how it looks. So first of all, you should know the definition of the cell. So I will I will explain you that cell is a basic fundamental unit of the life. What it is a basic fundamental unit of the life. It means that everything is made up of cell. Everything is made up of cell. So it is known as the fundamental unit of life, and it is also known as building block of the life. Now here the need is to understand what is cell. See, if you're having a piece of paper, divide it or cut into a small part. Okay, make a cut into a small part anyhow. Okay, anyhow you will get a lots of pieces. Okay, make that this all pieces should be again cut it into a small parts, and it's the thing, this can be done multiples of time, but the stage will come that you will have that piece in your hand which will be not divisible, or which will be not it will be unable to divide, or on that piece of paper you will be unable to make a single cut also. Okay, so that last remaining part is known as the cell. It means that anything, if you're having, when you will dividing and you will come to that stage, at that stage there will be no possibility of division of any substance. That might be a paper, or that might be any body or any non-living thing. So that non-divisible part is known as the cell. Okay, so that non-divisible part is known as the cell. See, if we were to break apart an organism to the cellular level, the smallest independent component that would would be the cell. Okay, would be the cell. It means that large stage, when we will, like, from the starting, if we are dividing the organism at the cellular level, the last stage we will get of the cell where division will be not possible. Okay, so got everyone what is the cell? Cell is the smallest unit, or it is the smallest fundamental unit of any living life, or you can call as a building block of the organism, or building block of the life. You should understand cell is a single unit, smallest unit, and together, when different cell get together, okay, different types of cell, when they get together, they make the tissue. When all the tissue get together, they make the organ. When all organ get assembled, it means that all cell get assembled and will make a tissue of that organ, and tissue will make a single organ. For example, heart, or if we will talk about the human body, heart, kidney, lungs, this all are the organs. Eye, ears, this all are the organs. So tissue together they make the organ, and organ, when different organ get assembled, like human body is having different organs, kidney, lungs, eyes, nose, everything. Okay, so all organ get together and make the organ system. And after having the organ system, the full body is ready. So after organ system, our full body is ready. So you can say that cell takes assembly of the cell or group of the cell makes the tissue, and group of the tissue makes the organ, and group of the organ makes the organ system, and this full thing or organ system makes the our body. It may be a small body, large body, it depends on the type of the tissue or the cell. So this is a basic overall idea what the cell work is and how it makes the body. That's why it is called that building block of the life. It means that it is starting material which makes the a living body. It is a starting material which makes the living body. Now let's see who has given this idea or who has discovered the cell. That person is Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke was the first biologist who discovered the cell. Now if we will look into details about the cells, how it show the variation in the cell numbers, shape and size. See, every organism, if we will talk basically about the organism, every organism are not having the cell number same. Cell number same in the sense some are having the millions of cells, some are having the trillions of cells, some are having the very less number of cell, or some are the single cell. Getting? So, and the shape of that organism is not same. It means that cell inside it is also not same, and even the size of the cell is also differs in every organism and like every group of organism, you can say. So here we will study what types of what kinds of organism we are having on the basis of the number of cells and shape and the size. If we will see the first criteria, that is number of cells. Number of cell, in this number of cell you are having the first thing, that is unicellular. One is unicellular and the second one is multicellular. Uni means one. Uni means one. It means that single cell organism, those who are having the single cell are known as a unicellular. For example, best example is amoeba. Can you see the below diagram? This below diagram is of amoeba. It means that this is a single cell which is living organism, and it single cell, it means that all the function will be done by only a single cell. Human being is a multicellular organism, or human being is a multicell. Multicell means they are having the different organs fixed or different cells fixed for the different activity, for the for like breathing, excretion, and like every organ perform the different, or every cells perform the different functions. But here in the amoeba, a single cell performs all the function, like intaking of the food is also done by the single cell, and is only done by this cell, and the excretion is also done by this cell. It means that all the function regarding its food requirement, regarding its oxygen requirement, regarding its excretion of the waste material, whatever, so everything is done. When everything is done by the single cell, that organism are known as a unicellular organism. Okay, and their full body is made up of a single cell. Getting? The best example is the amoeba. Now when we are moving to the multicellular organism, here every like if there is a one body, that one body is having the different cells, and different cells, definitely if there is a different cell, there will be a different organ, right? It means that if you will see any organ, like if you will see human beings, for example, here I have taken the example of human being. If you will see the kidney, if you will see the human being kidney, it is having different tissue, its cell is different. Okay, when you will see the eye of human being, its tissue is different. When you will see the tongue of human being, the tissue is different, the cell is different. If you will see the lungs of the human being, the tissue and the lungs of the tissue and the cell of the lung is quite different. For example, if you will see gallbladder or pancreas or any other organ of the human being, so every organ is differing. Every organ is differing. It means that every organ's cell is different, every organ's tissue is different. because they need to perform different function. Okay, if you will see the heart shape, size and cell and components is quite different from other organ like lungs and the stomach or small intestine, large intestine. It means that different organ is made for the different functions, right? So here human being is the best example for the multicellular. So in the multicellular, different organs are made for the different function. So the organism which are composed of collection of cells that are assumed function in coordinated manner with different cells specialized to perform particular task in the body are named as multicellular organism. Now when we are talking about the shape of the cell, the earlier first topic what we saw on based on the number of cell. Number of based, we are having the two types, that is unicellulars and the multicellulars. Now we will look into the shape of the cell. Shape of the cell is like every body is having different types of cell. It depends on what function of that cell is. Like some cells are long and pointed at both the ends. They exhibit a spindle shape. See this one, can you see? This one is the spindle shape muscle cell which is pointed at the end, and a little circle is in the center part. Then another one is some are branched like the nerve cell or the neuron. This nerve receives the transfer message. They are helping to control and coordinate what the working of different parts of the functions. Here this cell is of nerve cell, so nerve system cell. So this is a single unit of nerve system. This is a single unit of the nerve system. It performs the single function or along with the coordination of other function. See one thing, keep in the mind, if a cell is doing a one function, whatever the cell is present in that organ or that place will be also doing the same function. Okay, if we are talking about the multicellular organism, and in the multicellular organism there is a nerve system, definitely there is a nerve system in the multicellular organism. For example, best example is human being. We are having the this nerve system. So nerve system single unit is known as a neuron, and that neuron is having the cell which are having the same function and the same structure of giving the sensation to the human body or to transfer the message. So these are some of the types of the shapes of the cell. Like it can be like this, and this is a blood cell, this is a nerve cell. Let's see what are the two major types of the shape of the cell. First one is prokaryotic and the eukaryotic. First of all, pro means a false cell. Pro means a false cell. It means that prokaryotic cells are cell in which true nucleus is absent. True nucleus is absent, only a false nucleus is present. They are primitive and incomplete cell. They are primitive and incomplete, and it is mostly present in the single cell organism, or it is mostly for the unicellular organism, like we have seen the example of amoeba in the earlier slide. And second is eukaryotic. It means that it is having the true nucleus is present, and this is present or it is included with the living organism. Both is unicellulars and the multicellulars. If it is primitive means the organism when the organism is not of advanced level. Okay, if the evolution of that organism is not much more, then it might have the prokaryotic type cell, but it might call prokaryotic type cell. But if the development of that organism is to the high level class, then it can be called as a eukaryotic. Even the unicellulars can be called as a eukaryotic cell, and multicellulars are definitely called as a eukaryotic because they have the true nucleus. Okay, so here we are ending with the topic. So today we have discussed about cell, who were invented and to what thing we are calling the cell, and also we have seen the cell on the basis of it's the number of cell, then shape, on based on the shape we have seen. On the basis of number of cell we have seen unicellulars and the multicellulars, and based on the shape we have seen about the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic. And also we have seen the some of the example like nerve system and nerve system and blood cells and spindle type muscle cells. So for today only this much, and still the many topics are remaining, so we will cover in the coming up next part of the video. Thank you so much for watching this.